Alright guys, I'm here to talk about the WWE draft. Um, some people say it was good, some people say it was bad. I, I'm undecided about it right now. Um, really, there weren't any picks that really stood out other than Edge going to Raw. You know, I like Edge wherever he goes, so I don't have a problem with that. But SmackDown, they got Kelly, Big Show, Kofi Kingston, and Christian. Um, Raw got John Morrison, R-Truth, Edge, and Chris Jericho. You know, um, the Edge Jericho feud's probably gonna go on Raw now. Um, R-Truth and John Morrison are gonna stay a tag team. They're probably gonna feud with Hart Dynasty now that they beat Miz and Miz and Big Show for the tag team titles. So they're probably gonna stay a tag team. Um, and on SmackDown, Kelly, divas, the diva wrestling division right now really isn't that incredible, so I really don't have an opinion on it. Um, like they were chanting, "We want Mickey" last night on Raw. I expect that to happen. They did it on Extreme Rules, I think. Um, Everybody likes Mickey James, but they got rid of her just because she wanted to do her CD, country music CD or whatever, and because they thought she was fat. I thought she looked fine, you know. But they got a Big Show on SmackDown now since he broke away from The Miz. Um, he's probably gonna be a face because you thought he was gonna mess up Teddy Long last night in the draft, but in reality he was just joking around and hugged him and stuff. So he might get a face turn there. You know, Big. I think Big Show's better as a heel, but you know, you never know with WWE. Um, Kofi Kingston, I think it's a good move for him, especially with Jack Swagger as a champion. Um, cause he's gonna get a better chance to main event, and same thing with Christian. They're gonna get better chances to main event on SmackDown than they did on Raw, because Raw's main event scene is way too crowded right now. Um, I expect SmackDown is always, if you want great wrestling, watch SmackDown. If you want great storylines, watch Raw. And that is what they did with SmackDown right now with the draft. Raw, you know, Edge and Chris Jericho are great to the heavyweight division. Having main eventers there, they're going to continue their feud still probably. R-Truth and John Morrison going to stay a tag team. Um, John Morrison and R-Truth, they could go for the U.S. title against Miz. You know. Um, so that was the actual draft, and we got the supplemental draft right here. MVP goes to SmackDown. They're breaking apart the MVP Mark Henry tag team. They really never did anything, so uh, so I don't see how that's gonna affect them. MVP might get a IC title push against Drew McIntyre maybe. Um, he'll have his MVP Lounge talk show or whatever. So yeah. Um, the Unified Tag Team Champions DH Smith, Tyson Kidd go to Raw from SmackDown. That doesn't include Natalia. This was probably expected after they won the tag team titles, because they like to have their tag team title holders on Raw for some reason. Um, Even though Jericho had them when he was on SmackDown and had him with Big Show, I think, and Big Show was on Raw. So uh, that's good for them. They're gonna get more attention on Raw probably. Um, they're probably gonna have better matches on Raw. Rosa Mendez. Um, I don't know. You know, she's the most irrelevant diva right now, probably. Um, she hasn't done anything since ECW ended. Um, So I don't know. Going to SmackDown. Um, Hornswoggle going to SmackDown. Since he lost that match against Dolph Ziggler, don't leave it out that he might feud with him now. Um, Ziggler choked him out last night on Raw, so he might get some payback for that. Um, we haven't seen Finley in a while, so he could come back with Finley. Um, Next one is Goldust to Raw. Um, I think Goldust is he's doing great right now. From the matches I've seen him do on Superstars, he's in great ring shape right now. Better than the last time he was on Raw, and I think he's back to where he was like back in the '90s. I think he's doing pretty good, but knowing WWE, they're probably not going to push him. He's just going to be a mid-carder or a jobber probably. Ezekiel Jackson goes to Raw. He's injured right now, so I don't really know why they did that. But they'll probably have some things for him when he gets back. Like, they might push him as a main event star. Kind of like the missed opportunity they had with Ahmed Johnson in the 90s. They're probably going to do with him. Because he's basically a clone of Ahmed Johnson. But Chris Masters drafted to SmackDown. That's good for him probably. He might be IC contender maybe, or a mid-carder. Nothing more than that. He won't get back to where he was in like 2005, I think, when he was in the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. He'll never get back to that. Natalya going to Raw. That's expected since Hart Dynasty went to Raw, so that's expected. Give her some championship shots because she's a great wrestler, and they're just using her as a manager right now. They could utilize her way better. Like, if you haven't seen her actually wrestle, look up some matches on YouTube or something because they're pretty good. Cody Rhodes to SmackDown. That's a good pick. Having Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes on separate shows is a good thing for them. They can each establish themselves differently. They might push Cody face and keep Ted heel. So I think that's good for Cody Rhodes. Chavo to SmackDown. Really nothing going with Chavo right now. Probably being mid-carder. So I don't know. Great Khali and Rajan Singh to Raw. Khali supposedly went back to India or whatever. So I don't see why they're dumping all the people with injuries or leaving on Raw, because Batista's supposed to be leaving. Khali and Ezekiel Jackson are out with injuries or away or whatever. So I don't really know what to think about that, but they don't really have anything for Khali. He's old. I don't see him doing anything with them. So overall, I think it was a pretty decent draft. A couple wrestlers gonna get pretty good rubs out of it. So that's my draft review. See you guys later. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.